Hey everyone, this is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com, and thank you for joining me today for video game news. It is August 26th, 2020, and these are the top stories of the day. To start things off, we have a look at three very cool, wild-looking consoles, and this is coming to us from Microsoft. They are some Xbox One X Wonder Woman 1984 designed very unique systems. We've got a cool orange with a big Wonder Woman logo emblazoned Xbox One X right here with a lasso and very vibrant, colorful Xbox One X controller. We've got a gold one. We've got one that looks like cheetah with some fur print. I thought these are pretty wild. I've got to share them on Video Game News with PGN today and see what you think. Now, it's interesting because Microsoft has discontinued, regular sales of the Xbox One X. They will be just selling the Xbox One S platform and, of course, the Xbox Series X. And presumably, likely, Xbox Series S, as we discovered that it is indeed officially coming at some point due to the controller package leak. But, at least for a little while, there will be some more Xbox One X opportunities to get these three. So that's kind of cool. Next up, Activision revealed the official story trailer today for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. The game comes out November 13th, 2020. That's just a couple of months away. And here's the first look.
This war was a lie. Years of blood. Just a light fuse of a secret war, decades in the making.
This totally reminds me of Kong Skull Island, including the trailers for the movie and the film itself.
A nuclear conflict could well be mankind's
Good movie.
last. We want to make this a more peaceful world.
5 days ago, we acquired intel. Soviet agent Perseus is in play. If he's active, something big is gonna happen. Something that could shift the balance of the Cold War.
Let's go find this shithead.
Looks solid.
Is the threat real?
These trailers rarely disappoint,
Give
though.
Mr. Adler whatever he wants.
They've got a good handling of cinematic storytelling, especially in trailer form. But throughout the Call of Duty games themselves, there's a good balance of strong narrative and fast-paced gunplay.
I know you won't fail us.
That's cool. November 13th.
You get early access to the open beta and instant access to the Woods Operator Pack in Modern Warfare, including Warzone.
Yeah! Multiplayer is going to be intense. Worldwide multiplayer reveal September 9th. Man, that's a Sega Dreamcast anniversary. You just never forget that kind of thing. I'm rewinding to the beginning because if I'm not mistaken, it said that the following footage was captured on PlayStation 5. Was that right? Let's see if that was correct. Gameplay captured on PlayStation 5. Okay, so that was right. Yeah, the game looks solid. That was a nice trailer, and let me know what you think about it. I know some people could care less about Call of Duty, but they are big releases every year, or whenever they do come out, which is almost every year. And whether you're a Modern Warfare fan or a Black Ops fan, at the end of the day, if you like first-person shooters, they are solid entries in the genre, and I like them, so I'm looking forward to the game. I think it's pretty cool looking, and that actually brings me up to my next story, because following the Call of Duty trailer is actually the following little bit of news, and that's that Activision has announced that the pricing of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War will be different from current generation consoles, including the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and next gen consoles, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. On the PS4 and Xbox One, you'll get the normal edition of the game for $60, $59.99 US. For next gen platforms, Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, it'll be $70. However, it will include the ability to play the game in its current build of current gen platform visual fidelity and whatnot on one of these current systems, and the ability to play the game with necessary upgrades and stuff like that on one of those other two next gen consoles. So if you think of it, you are paying a $10 price hike, $70 for the next gen version, or $69.99 officially. However, if you look at it like this, it's kind of like buying a Blu-ray. A Blu-ray costs more typically than a DVD, but what they give you with the Blu-ray package oftentimes is a DVD, so the amount of money that you're paying different isn't too much, especially to have an extra physical disc. And I guess that's not bad considering. It will be interesting to see, though, how many other studios follow this route and have $70 as a new price going forward. And will all of them necessarily even have 2 discs, 2 download codes, 2 different SKUs, the ability to play it on your PS4 or Xbox One or on your PS5 and Xbox Series X or not? So at least props to Activision on making sure that if you pay $70, you're going to get both versions. That at least is cool. How would I feel if it was just the next gen versions, just 70? Well, games have been at that $60 price point for many years, so you can see that games are getting bigger, higher budgets, more expensive, more time, bigger amount of people working on the projects in the studios. And with inflation, with minimum wage jobs going up, gaming really hasn't, in the NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64 era, games were typically just $60. When disc-based medium came around, PlayStation, Nintendo GameCube, PS2, Xbox, Wii, we got games for $50, and that was a pretty comfortable time for quite a while. And then going into, Wii U and PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and on Nintendo Switch, things are back up to $60. So 70, if that's the way that all of next gen's going to go, it's not that big of a kicker. However, that's just for United States. The rest of the world oftentimes pays more. So if you're looking at the Canadian prices, if it goes up $10 for United States, folks, in Canada, it's going to be more than a $10 jump, especially equivalent to their, currency amount. Same with European euros, same with Australians, with Brazil. It's going to be more than just $10, even percentage-wise. They'll feel it harder. So I'm guessing that some of our neighbors across the sea are not going to be too happy about that, but if the games are better, if they're bigger, if they play more smoothly, then maybe that quality of life is worth the extra $10 or whatever it is in your country's currency. But you'll have to let me know in the comments, how do you feel about Call of Duty specifically going to $70, and how would you feel if all games across the board next gen slowly start to be $70 a pop? And does it matter to you whether they do or do not come with, a previous gen version, right? Oh, and I should note that if you do buy this game in its Ultimate Edition, Call of Duty that is, you do pay $90, but for that one you've got extra battle maps, you have the current gen, PS4 or Xbox One version, and the next gen PS5 or Xbox Series X version. So that's cool. If you're a big enough fan for 90, is that incentive worth it? Like I said, depends if you're big enough of a fan. Next up, something to talk about is finally we have the results, and it shouldn't be too shocking, but I was curious, who currently is the richest company in Japan? And as it turns out, we found out news today that Nintendo is currently worth about 890.4 billion yen, which translates to roughly 8.3 billion United States dollars. This makes Nintendo the richest company of 2020 in Japan, and that's pretty awesome. They were second place last year. I figured that around late summer we would probably get an update, and here we go. We've got it today. Thank you all that submit this information. I was looking on the internet myself for random news to put up and share, and this was coming in via email. So that's kind of cool. Good job, Nintendo. Keep it up. And finally, finishing the day's worth of video game news off is one more little Nintendo thing, and that is the surprise that we got this morning. Sometime just after 7 a.m., Nintendo revealed this little Nintendo Direct, which was another partner showcase, and it was 14 minutes or so long, gave us a number of games, some updated looks at titles that we already saw, some drops that got released today, some mostly third party, if not all third party efforts, but it was still pretty cool and welcome to see. It came out of nowhere, and that's always exciting for me personally. Now, there were rumors, like I mentioned earlier in the week, of a Nintendo Direct coming out possibly this Friday, August 28th. Now, a couple of days before, here we are with this Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. It's the second time that Nintendo's done it. It's welcomed, but is this it for the week, or could we still possibly get something else on Thursday or Friday? I don't know how likely that is, but it sure would be cool. I guess that's it for now, though. If you want to watch the video, Nintendo has it on their channel. If you want to watch it with my commentary and participate in some of my discussion on it, then I recommend you check it out on my YouTube channel, and you can watch with me and get some of my impressions on titles that came out. The thing I'm most looking forward to from what was shown off today was a new Creed boxing game with Rocky Balboa legacy characters thrown in. I thought that was really cool. It reminded me of Ready to Rumble back on the Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Sega Dreamcast days. But yeah, that's it for video game news with PGN today. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your comments, feedback. If you like the video, liking it, subscribing to the channel, that definitely helps out. I appreciate it. That's it for now. See you tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.